In this video, I'm not going out just yet. Ah! It's a bit stormy. Just stopped for a break, but yeah, it is officially the 6th week of this journey has now been completed. It's 6 weeks since I landed here, and I'm probably at my lowest ebb. I'm heading into some of the most beautiful terrain, but yeah, I'm not feeling great at the moment. I think the trip is slightly taking its toll. 6 weeks I've been pumping the videos out. I think I'm gonna have to take a break. It feels like the pressure's on because I'm currently about a week behind with progress. So today's Thursday. At 1 o'clock this morning, episode 25 extra went live, which was from yeah, the other side, Oamaru, last week. So that was filmed on Wednesday last week. It's now Thursday the week after. I'm falling behind, but I think I'm just going to have to accept that. But yeah, not feeling my best. There's a lot to think about, and when you're on roads like this that just go on for mile after mile, it's a lot of thinking time. That's not always a good thing, but generally I've been having lovely music playing and just trying to chill out. Yeah, it's hard to feel too cheery when the weather is like this. But we'll go and find some music. Incidentally, I'm using this little Bluetooth adapter that I bought at a Motor Factors for $30. Really annoying, but it actually picks up some interference from the engine, so I get a whistle noise and a bit of crackling going on. But there you go, technology, eh? Rubbish. Well, it's not getting any better, unfortunately, and further interesting news is that the Haast Pass, which I'm going to be going through today, was apparently closed until 1 hour ago. It's only just opened because of flooding and possibly a landslip, I don't know. So I was going to chill out and have a cup of tea and just relax, but I've had my tea, downed it quickly. Very good tea, very good milk. And I've got hat hair going on quite horribly, but sod it. Need to get moving. Wow. That is quite the cascade. Bumpy. I just come across that bridge, and it's fair to say there's a fair amount of water coming through. That is angry water. But yeah, I mean, it's just cloudy as heck at the moment. But yeah, I think being in the car is going to be a much better idea, frankly. Oh, ooh, wild. Unfortunately, I wasn't filming because I wasn't expecting it, but I think we've just driven past where the landslip was, hence the many heavy vehicles about. They're busy digging out the ravine the other side of the road, but yeah, a lot of gravel, which I guess had probably gone over the road. Now, that's quite a funky bridge effect, isn't it? Wow. The Pleasant Flat Recreation Area. There you go. Well, pleasant and flat at least means good overtaking opportunity. Oh, for someone not used to powerful cars, actual overtaking grunt makes all the difference. Oh, this is very dramatic. People stopping everywhere just because with this low cloud. Gosh, almost expecting some gorillas to turn up in a minute. I concede that's quite unlikely. I don't think there are any gorillas in New Zealand, certainly not in the wild. As I say, I never have my wipers on the fastest setting, ever. Oh, there we go, it's easing again. This is a lot of water. Making some epic waterfalls, it must be said. Good grief. Okay, I'm going for 60 kilometers an hour. Oh, I picked a good day for this, didn't I? Yeah. This is starting to feel pretty extreme. We made it to the west coast. We made it over the mountains. There's the Tasman Sea. It looks very, very angry today. Tasman Sea. Betty is just there, resting for a moment. Yeah, wow. There's certainly a lot of wood here. I wonder how old some of this is. Could be remnants of ancient forest. If I read the information boards, I'd probably be able to tell you. But yeah, here is the sea. Look at the state of that. My chances of skimming a stone on that, do you reckon? I think we've got to try it, really. But yeah, lots of dead wood on there. There's lots going down the rivers, to be honest. The rivers are in a bit of a state. They're washing trees out of the bank. There's been that much rain. So yeah, exciting times. Oh, I don't think I want to get too close to this. Apologies for wind noise. Gotta get the timing just right. A nice patch to, oh wow. I might step back at this point. Uh-oh, run! Hey! Oh, that one came in a bit. Starting to get pretty. Jagged snow-capped mountains just lurking out of the clouds. I'm holding the speed back at the moment because we're getting a little low on fuel. Hopefully we'll find a town at some point. It's been a while since we last saw one. Oh, there we go. That was 519 kilometers on that tank. But I don't think I filled it up properly last time. I think that was a genuine fill, 50 litres. I thought these had a 50 litre tank, but I don't think it was quite that low. As you can see, not very cheap, and also quite spectacular views for a petrol station. So this is the town of Fox Glacier, which suggests the Fox Glacier is not far away. I think it's actually slightly behind us. I think we've gone past it. This is the biggest thing and the closest thing to a town I've seen in quite some time. But we must push on to Franz Josef. Yes, that really is, going backwards, the last petrol station for 120 kilometres. So these certainly are very remote parts. Let's fire up the old mobile. 20 minutes left today. Might actually have a go up the Franz Josef Glacier. I'm sure there's some way of visiting even for lazy tourist folk like me who don't want to hike their way up. Whoa, stop it, Betty. This is a tricky car to drive up a wet mountainside. You try and get the power down, she just lights up the rear tyres and the traction control cuts in. I'm not turning the traction control off because things get wiggly enough as it is. Even when you're trying to be gentle with the throttle, she's got such torque that she just starts oversteering. Stop it. Jeepers. That's taking it easy. Remember, they're worried their Sky Active technology will enable them to accidentally take off. Hopefully they'll make use of the slow vehicle bay and get out of my way. Yes. Thank you. I suppose it is, to be fair, better to take it easy if you're uncertain of the road and the conditions. And they were at least polite. I've already checked into my youth hostel and had tea. Yeah, it's looking quite dramatic. Not sure how much of the glacier we'll see today because of flooding. So the main glacier viewpoint is closed, but there is a 30-minute walk, 30-minute return it reckons. So I'm going on that now. A lot of people have just walked out, so but I think I've got a gap in the wind, in the weather here, I hope. There is the glacier. Gosh. Might have to push on a bit, I think. That's as close as we're getting. Pathways closed due to the floodwaters. They're doing a good job of flooding down the valley. Oh well. Not the first glacier I've ever seen, and I'm sure it won't be the last either. But sometimes these things have to be done, and I had a nice walk. But well, I wouldn't say up the mountain. I think Betty did most of the work. But yeah, along this little track, been quite pleasant. Rain is starting to get heavier again now, so I should head back to the car park and get some rest at the youth hostel. Oh, I'd say I timed that well. I come here for the scenery. Escargot, crunchy. I'm also in my most expensive room tonight, 58 quid, and there's not an awful lot to it. There is a noisy thing somewhere or thereabouts. There is a heater on the roof, good for scorching your head. So yeah, all a bit strange, but that's what you get for stopping in particularly nice areas. It has been quite spectacular today. Posting pictures on Twitter. So there's Betty with a bit of a landslip going on, which is fitting because apparently the road from Fox Glacier south closed by a landslip, so we got through just in the nick of time. I think I've been very lucky today. Ooh, yeah, that's State Highway 6 that I came up yesterday. I'm awfully glad I'm not under that. So yeah, after the last video, I'm trying to take stock and do things a bit differently, but ooh, that was a big flash. Yeah, I'm meant to be driving through Arthur's Pass today. But yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere just at the moment. Jeepers. I mean, I'm from Wales, and I'm not used to this level of rain. This is just extraordinary. It's coming down in sheets. Ooh, poor Betty out in this. Taking an absolute hammering. Cheapers. Even by West Coast of Wales standards, this is pretty extraordinary. And I'm meant to be getting out on the road now, but there is absolutely no chance I'm going out in this. Hopefully it'll blow itself out soon. I can't even see the sea anymore, which is just the other side of that hedge and the road beyond. At least the lightning seems to have calmed down a bit. So hopefully that means the storm is pushing away. I think his lawnmower might be flooded. Well, I did make it out to the car. We've got 200 kilometres to do. We're going to Oxford in Canterbury, which feels very odd to say. Oh, it's still pretty lively out here weather-wise. I don't think it's going to be a particularly enjoyable day. Yeah, what a day for travel. What a week for travel. I don't think we can regard this visit to the West Coast an enormous success, to be honest. I think our luck might be out here. People turning around. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Oh well, there we go. Pardon my French. Well, that is a bit of a blow. I might as well turn her off because we are going no further. This is apparently the most interesting pub stroke cafe stroke hotel behind, so I guess I'll be going there, and I don't know what we do now because we can't continue. Bugger. Yeah, this is, oh, water straight on the lens. This is not going well. Oh, abort. African gorilla. This is an amazing place. Hold on, mate. But yeah, I might have to abort this plan because the road is closed. So I'll just sit tight for a bit. Well, I'm not staying here with the crazy Italian cyclists, the ones who just stop in the road to have a chat, which wasn't particularly helpful, and then just clog the place up, don't collect their orders from the bar. They're an absolute blooming liability. But I'm going to leave Gandalf and his dragon here, and I'm going to go back to the coast and then try a different pass. I'm going to try Lewis Pass and maybe end up staying with friends I've already stayed with on this trip. At the moment, it's a little hard to be sure about anything. There's no status showing the road's blocked, but on the ground info says it is. So I think going back is the only choice, or just stay here. But I really don't want to stay here forever. I think it's time to make a move. Heading to the right, that's got worse since I drove through about an hour ago. So much mud in that. So it's about 50 kilometers back to the coast, so not ideal in a fuel use scenario, and I'm down to half a tank, so I'm going to have to fill up before trying the other pass. But oh gosh, this weather is extreme. Oh, a passenger train. I overtook that a short while ago, so that's obviously managed to get through from Christchurch by the look of it. That's Lake Brunner to our left at the moment, but it shouldn't be that big. It is definitely in a state of flood. We can have the train. 2 locos, because it's had to come through the same valley I was trying to get through. So that would have been hard work. That's extraordinary. We're a few kilometres down the road and it's sunny and the road is drying out. I'll have to stop for some lunch fairly soon though. Well, it's beautiful sunshine now. I've just had a lunch, bread rolls and my salami. I'm in Ahora. This is Ahora domain, where you can camp if you so wish. I don't, I'm going to push on. And the news is getting worse. So I got along the Haast Pass, and since I came through it, it's been closed by several landslides. It opened the very morning I drove through, and then just after I was through, closed again. Then there was a landslide before Fox Glacier, and that was quite bad. And now a bridge has collapsed, so I think that's now the other side of Franz Josef, where I stayed in Ford Glacier. That whole area is now completely cut off. All the roads are destroyed. So yeah, I think my little hold up because of the Arthur's Pass being blocked. Yeah, be thankful for small mercies, because A, I didn't get caught in a landslide, and B, I'm still moving and still able to travel. So I'm going to go back to see my friends Nick and Megan, and in near Waipara, I think is where they are, and stay with them again, and that'll get me close to where I need to be on Monday. So I've still got 240 odd kilometers to do, so I'm going to shut up and do it. I would say the bad weather may not be done with us today. Some mean and moody old clouds about. Look at the state of that sky. I mean, that's like Mount Doom right there. I love the contrast with all the sunlit greenery in front of me and that black sky. Gosh. It's definitely one of those days where you feel the sheer scale of New Zealand. We may feel like a tiny country, and in relative terms it is compared to Australia, but yeah, I'm having to do quite a lot of this, just driving down massive empty roads, and there is nothing. There's, you know, farm life and forest, and that is it. And then occasionally a tiny little town, and then nothing else again, and then suddenly you hit civilization, so and a big city. But yeah, it's sparse on the South Island, I would say. Incidentally, I'm getting on for 4,000 kilometers in this car now, so we really are covering some ground. This diversion won't help really. Now, my original plan was to go through Arthur's Pass back to Christchurch, spend a few days there, and then come back through Lewis Pass to get back onto this side of the country. I'm not really sure what to do now. I don't know what the damage is on Arthur's Pass. It might be that they can get it open quite quickly. It might be out for days. I don't know. I'm just going to have to play it by ear. Time is ticking on. It is the 7th of December now, so 11 days I'm back on the ferry to North Island. So this is the town of Reefton. How did he get ahead of me? Or how did she get ahead of me? That Holden with trailer was behind me. Maybe it was when I had lunch. It's just from C5, blimey. Reefton Coffin Company? Nice. And there we go, that was Reefton. Short but sweet. And now we start climbing into the mountains again. I think we're on to the... Oh, hold on. I just swallow and get my hearing back. There we go. We're on to the Lewis Pass proper now. Up in the clouds. A bit. Yeah, I get the impression this is nowhere near as spectacular as it should be. Because, yeah, the mountains are just disappearing into the clouds. There we go, that's the summit, 907 metres. That's higher than Snowdon, I think. I think Snowdon's about 800 metres. Which, if I recall correctly, is about 2,200 feet. Didn't even feel like we were climbing that hard. Variable intermittent windscreen wipers are superb, by the way. The land looks scorched here. They're having to water the fields. That's some contrast to the rain we saw this morning. Just goes to show what a mountain range does, I guess. Now I think the storm did come this way, but it clearly didn't linger. It's an arrow straight road. Been a bit lucky. I might have been driving a little quickly earlier, and the car in front of me got pulled by the police, so that was a bit close. I wasn't going much over the limit, but nonetheless I was over the limit. I've got time to get around this car. Yeah, I think I probably have. Oh well, that was a motorbike, so let's not linger, eh? God, this has been a really long day. Oh, but we got there. I was meant to be shooting a different format, just shooting a few bits here and there over a course of a few days. It hasn't happened like that. We've ended up with another full video. So yeah, I'll end this one here and say thank you very much for watching. There will be more, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell. Add your own pachu, I'm driving. Right, let's hope I don't actually get stuck on the beach, because that would be quite embarrassing. Oh, yep, yeah, I am. Oops. Oh dear.